Solo Ball, congratulations on Big East Player of the Week, man. To be representing UConn, to be doing what you're doing right now for this team, how rewarding is it? How special is it for you to be stepping up this way?
I mean, more than anything, it just makes me want to work even harder. I mean, we're still building on to what we kind of see as like a down season. We're trying to pick it up, and a lot of people just kind of thought about the last team, and we're just trying to put how do I explain it? More of just a thing, just to focus on defense, and it definitely just makes me want to work harder for the team. And yeah, I'm just super excited just to get the accolade. I mean, a lot of sophomores don't really get it, so I mean, super excited to get that accolade, and just gives me more motivation just to work even harder.
Hey, 16-6 overall, 8-3 in the Big East. There's nothing down about that. Although I know what your standards are.
Yeah,
I know what the
the
UConn
UConn
standards are.
standard.
Tell me about that, and how much is that a reason why you're sitting in stores?
Yeah, I mean, the UConn standard is just like wherever we play, it's just to set the tone defensively, offensively, and just having those identity plays that coach talks about, just what he likes to say, flying around. And that's one thing we just try to focus on as a team. And we're still getting better with that every day. Our defense is constantly improving. My defense is still improving. And I got a lot more to grow on, too. So,
Look, I think about you being from Virginia, your roots. For those who don't know, what's your earliest memory of picking up a basketball and who got you inspired to play the game?
man. So, really, the way I actually started, I would just break it down just to sports in general. So, when I was younger, it was me, my dad, and my brother. Whenever we go out to like go to the playground or the park or anything like that, he would bring a baseball bat, a football, and a basketball. And early on, like all my brother and I used to go for was the baseball. So like that was my first sport. And then right after that, I mean, it went down the line, and then eventually, then I would pick up a football, and then we would be playing football, and then after that, like the third sport, and that was when I fell in love with basketball. And I started off; it was a rough start, of course, but I mean, I just put in a bunch of work over time. Like my middle school was, I had a couple big summers where I really, there was one summer I didn't even shoot a basketball, and I worked on all ball handling. And one of the things that I did when I was first starting basketball was like I could only shoot, and a lot of people thought I couldn't dribble. So that was one thing I just spent the whole summer doing ball handling. And yeah, I think it just made me love the game even more, just the grind and the passion that I had to just work every day. I think that just helped me so much.
You alluded to it, when somebody told you, oh, he can't dribble. Tell me about a time or two you may have been doubted and how much that drove you.
Man, I could say one time for sure when I was in my freshman year, it was actually when I was just walking down the hallway, and it was my friend and a couple of his friends, and I was just talking about just making a varsity basketball team as a freshman. At this time, I'm 5'4" and size 13 feet, 6'1" wingspan, and I mean, just a lot of people just counted me out, to be honest. And like I remember this kid really telling me, he was like, "Yeah, I mean, if you ever want to play just high school varsity basketball, you're gonna have to grow a little bit and like get a little stronger, but like that'll never happen." Like basically, that's basically what he told me. And I remember just going home infuriated. I went home so mad, and I that's really just I kind of believe that's where it started. I ended up playing JV that year, but I mean, I don't even think anyone else plays basketball like at the Division 1, Division 2, or Division 3 level anymore. So I mean, I just credit to just trying to work hard every day and just sticking to it.
What do you love most about Coach Hurley?
I think what I love most is that he's always just trying to get the best out of you. And a lot of people will see the practices and think that he's just going on one person, but he goes in on everybody the same way. And he's always just trying to help people improve and get better. And you see it in the games when he goes to the game time. He's on your side. Like it's not like he's against you. He's on your side. He's with you. If you're on that side of the bench with him, he's gonna fight for you, and so is that whole coaching staff. And that's really what I love about him.
When you think about this season, what does it say about this group that you guys have navigated what you've navigated? And You go through Liam's injury and you go through Maui. How much has that made you stronger? How much do you believe that those moments could help this team get to where you want to get to?
I think one thing about our team is that we fight hard. Like we fight to the end. And a couple of games where you see that Memphis, where we're down 12 with 4 minutes left, Liam hits a few big shots, and then the Hawks ends up finding me running on the 3-point line, and we end up coming back. Like a lot of people didn't even expect us to come back and go into overtime. Or then you see Providence at Gampel, where we had to climb back from 12 down and fight through all the way back from like halftime, like starting right off rip from halftime with the message that coach sent to us, and just like going into the rest of the game just with the edge and just fighting that game out. I think just the thing about us is that we just fight hard to the end, and coach is just trying to instill that into us every day. So
You're one of the best shot makers in college basketball. Who do you mimic your game after? Who do you watch the most on YouTube or highlights of?
yeah, well, as of recently, I've really been studying like Anthony Simons, and I've been watching also Jalen Brunson too. But Jalen Brunson for sure, I watched Jalen Brunson a lot. Growing up too, my favorite players all time, Russell Westbrook. So I used to love Russell Westbrook. Always loved Russell Westbrook. Um, yeah, definitely Jalen Brunson, the mentality of Russell Westbrook, and then a little bit of Anthony Simons in there, and even I used to watch Kyrie too. Like it's a good mix, but yeah, I definitely focus on those the most for sure.
All right, let me go rapid fire with you before we get you out of here. Number one, the three artists on your pregame playlist when you're gearing up for a game.
Ooh, I'd say G Herbo, Gunna, and probably Kwani. Oh, his name is OT7 Kwani. That's probably my three.
If you could go with any three celebrities, coaches, players, anybody, living or dead, to dinner, three people, anybody, who are you going out to dinner with?
Ooh, I put Kobe in there. I definitely say Kobe. I'd put Jeff Bezos in there. And I'd probably put Russell Westbrook in there just because he's my favorite player. Just to know, like, just his mentality, how he goes into every day.
Does solo ball have a hobby or hidden talent?
Ooh, I can golf. I can golf a little bit, but I haven't. See, I haven't been playing any holes, but like I have a good like swing. I have a solid swing, and I could probably hit it like 270, 260.
That might be
Like, which is okay for someone. Yeah, it's okay, but I mean, for someone who like plays golf all the time, it's like easy for them.
that might be good enough to beat Coach Moore or Coach Murray.
Yeah, I remember I went to this golf event over the summer, and I went and swung one time, and people were so surprised. I was like, it was so funny. But yeah, no, probably just that.
Friday night, Gamble Pavilion, St. John's coming in. What's your message to UConn Nation ahead of that one on Friday on campus?
Yeah, man. I mean, I just be loud, be loud. We're gonna do everything we can to get this done, and we know it's a big game. So I mean, we feed off the crowd, but we also making sure we're gonna get this done for sure for the UConn Nation.
25-10 in the win at Marquette, a second straight top 10 road win for the Connecticut Huskies. Solo Ball is the top player in the Big East this week, and he's in action Friday night on Fox at 8 Eastern time when the Huskies welcome in the Johnny. Solo, thanks for the time.
Thank you, John. Thank you.